Back to our top story. Police are combing across land and water throughout Maine. They're searching for Robert Card. Card is the prime suspect in the deaths of at least 18 people at a bowling alley and bar. The CBC's Alison Northcott joins us now live from Lewiston, Maine. So Alison, tell us about where you are and what you're seeing around you.
Yeah, so we're in Lewiston now, and if you look behind me, this is where the restaurant is, which was the site of one of the shootings last night. So you can see the police operation is ongoing, and this is as close as we're able to get to it right now. It's a large operation with a really large perimeter around it. All of this began last night before 7 p.m. There was two sites of shootings, one at a bowling alley and one at the restaurant that's just down the street behind me. And this morning we heard from the governor of Maine, who confirmed that at least 18 people were killed, 13 were injured, several were taken to hospital, and she called it a very dark day for the state of Maine. We heard from one witness who described they were in the bowling alley. They said they heard a bang or popping sound, and they looked towards it and saw a man with a large gun. And at that point, the person who was there just ran and hid until police arrived. Now, the gunmen then fled the scene, and that's what prompted this massive manhunt that is continuing. And people in the area here in Lewiston and in other surrounding areas have been told to shelter in place.
And Alison, can you tell us more about the man they are searching for?
Yeah, so as you mentioned, police say the suspect is 40-year-old Robert Card, and they did find his vehicle, but of course they are still searching for him. There are several levels of law enforcement involved in this extensive search, but we don't have a lot of details about the specifics of the search at this point. Of course, police don't want to reveal that information to the media, but they say that they are determined to find him and to bring him into custody. They say he is armed and dangerous, and that he should not be approached if someone does see him, that people should just immediately call 911. There was a police bulletin that was obtained by some media, and it says that he was believed to be in the U.S. Army Reserve and that he had recently spent time in a mental health institution, but it didn't have a lot of details about that, about the nature of that stay or the condition he may have been getting treatment for. So obviously a really terrible day for people here in this area and across the state, as we heard from the governor talking about the impact of that for everyone in this state. And I talked with one woman who lives really close to this area, and she said she herself knows 3 people who were killed. So obviously people here are tight-knit, and it's a very large tragedy for a community like this, or for any community.
Yeah, it sure is. And Alison, I know you've just arrived in Lewiston, but can you just tell us, what it's like there? Does it appear as though people are sheltering in place?
It does seem quiet. When we arrived, there's obviously a lot of media here, but there are people still we saw going into gas stations or corner stores, some people driving around, but there's also, of course, a noticeable police presence. There is a quietness, though, that I did notice as we were driving through the town. And of course, some of the roads are closed off because police have blocked them as they do searches in different areas and as they continue their investigation at the restaurant here and at the bowling alley, which isn't too far from here either.
Alison, thank you. The CBC's Alison Northcott live in Lewiston, Maine.